My predictions for 2023 aren't as grim as a certain Nostradamus's, but they're still kind of annoying. And the microwave boy, 20 years later, how's his health? And what superpowers does he have? You're listening to The Bell Howard Show. And now, here's your host, Bell Howard. Howard. It's the Bell Howard Show, folks. Welcome to Freedom Island, where you have free thought, free expression, and free coffee. I still can't stop saying free food. You heard me almost say it just now, but I didn't. Good for me. Hey, it's almost 2023, and now's the time when all your favorite shows and podcasts make predictions about the next year. And so I've been actually reading about Nostradamus's predictions for 2023, and they're pretty grim. I mean, he says things like, listen to these: 7 months, great war, blood rain, celestial fire, a sea of dead fish. And of course, there are lesser troubles, but just as annoying: baby diaper shortages, missing screws from IKEA boxes will increase sevenfold. You think that's bad now? It will get even worse in 2023. So, Nostradamus, he talks about war, famine, and pestilence, but, we already have those. How will the war, famine, and pestilence of 2023 be different? And here are my thoughts, okay? You came to hear my thoughts about this next year, and I don't claim to be a Nostradamus at all, but just from what I see, I'm a keen observer of media and trends and society. I mean, that's my job. So I can make predictions based on 30 years of consuming media. And here's what I came up with. Nostradamus likes to talk about the Antichrist coming in 2023. Okay, finally, right? So if you're new to this whole apocalypse thing, basically the Antichrist's main job is to start a false religion and lead people away from Christianity. So who is it? If you're imagining a goat-like being or a Krampus, anti-Santa, not at all. In fact, he's already among us, and he will just be revealed. If there's an Antichrist, who is the Christ? Now, we know who represents Christ in this neoliberal age. It's either Anthony Fauci or Joe Biden. Both of these benevolent administrators have saved us from the 4 horrible years of Trump. So it was like the second coming, but not yet. Okay, so there will be an anti-Fauci or an anti-Biden, and we have 2 candidates. Remember, it's not Trump or Putin. That's too obvious, right? We're looking for someone who could possibly lead us from the path of redemption. Now, we know that the real Joe Biden is hidden away. We did a story on this. So the what we see now in the White House in the press conferences is actually a man wearing a green screen suit like they use in Hollywood to project, to create a CG character with live action with other actors. So it's a man wearing a green suit moving around like Joe Biden. And actually, this was a naval intelligence program called Build Back Biden. Also, we know the man in the green suit. It's a man named Jose Biden. That's right, Jose, the illegitimate son of Joe Biden and a Mexican waitress. But I mean, we know that Biden didn't actually have any physical contact with this woman. She was actually visited by a CIA agent in Cancun and told she would give birth to a future leader of the world. That's it. No funny business. So the Antichrist could be Jose Biden, who is the man in a green suit who they project a hologram onto, or it's Sean Fauci, Anthony Fauci's brother who runs an online herbal supplement business. And speaking of COVID, obviously COVID has to factor into this, right? 2023, what's going to happen with all this stuff? Is it finally going to come to a head? And I think it will. We've already had the pandemic. In fact, some people say it's run its course. In fact, COVID has been downgraded from pandemic to religion in some areas. But what will COVID-19 be like in 2023? Well, I think the virus will morph and continue to spread, not so much as a disease, but as a movie. That's right, COVID, the movie, is coming, probably summer 2023. I predict it will not only star Tom Hanks, but it will also be his 15th Oscar nomination. It's going to be about a likable WHO official, played by Hanks, who travels to China, asks to visit the Wuhan lab, gets turned down, and then eats some bat soup. And then when he returns home to celebrate his daughter's birthday, he coughs up blood from his lungs on the moon bounce in his backyard, and all the kids get sick. It's like a sci-fi thriller, perfect for the summertime, and it will garner Hanks a lot of shiny hardware come awards season. Money. Let's talk about money. So finally, we've had Bitcoin, we've had paper money, credit. It's all swimming around out there in this giant shark tank we call the economy. But I think 2023 will be the year where money finally ceases to exist and the whole economy will be gamified. Now, we won't have any more real jobs. Jobs are gone. And we all know this is happening every day. We're gigging, freelancing, creating fake businesses online. So the economy will finally be revealed for what it truly is, which is a casino. And this is actually happening. If you go to the giant craptable.gov, you will see what the new government-run casinos will look like. These are U.S. government casinos. They're not as glamorous as Vegas, of course. The U.S. casino will be kind of like a DMV, but with craps tables. Or is it crap tables? Craps tables. You go there, fill out a form, and make sure you bring every form of ID you've ever had. And they scan it all into their system, and you're ready to gamble. You wait in line for a long time, but eventually you get to the roulette, the crap tables, the slots, all of them. You just have to be patient, and you can bet anything you own, house, your future Social Security check, even your children, for a chance to win. And then they have entertainment too, just like the big casinos. They have a thing called Shark Tank. I mean, this is not the one where you pitch an idea to someone. It's an actual Shark Tank with sharks and people swimming around in it. And the people are the people who lost everything that they've owned. So you don't want to be one of those people. But of course, if you win, you could win crypto, vouchers for cheese, and the grand prize, a middle-class lifestyle. So it sounds like fun. And those are my predictions for next year. 2023, it's going to be a wild one. This episode of The Bell Howard Show is brought to you by a new sitcom streaming on Paramount+. It's called Dad Doesn't Know Shit. It's a story about intoxicated masculinity, and it stars Gregory Untergräg. Swedish Time magazine calls Gregory Untergräg the Swedish Kevin Pollak. It's a story about a dad trying to balance family, an online presence, and a controlling wife. Here's a clip.
I told you I wanted a tuna casserole when I got home from work. What's this?
A tuna sandwich?
That's just a can of tuna.
So get some bread. Do I have to think of everything?
Dad, I need some money to go on a date with Lindsay.
So start a YouTube channel. Do I have to think of everything? So check it out on Paramount Plus. It's called Dad Doesn't Know Shit. Well, folks, this is going to be interesting. We're talking to someone who was on TV a long time ago, about 20 years ago, with Diane Sawyer. It was the boy who stood in front of the microwave while his mother cooked dinner, mac and cheese, whatever. He stood in front of the microwave a long time, and he changed his physiology, and he became known as the microwave boy. Well, we're talking to his grandfather and hopefully microwave boy himself. Right now on the phone is Jared from West Oak Retirement Nursing Home, the grandfather of Microwave Boy. And 60 Minutes did this piece, and the amazing thing was that in that piece, Diane Sawyer was she was a little off her game. I don't know if she wasn't feeling well, but she wouldn't touch her mac and cheese that they gave to her.
I was there, and what really turned her off was my grandson's large, veiny forehead.
Well, he definitely had a bigger head than normal, and do you think that was from the radiation?
Look, he's been standing in front of a microwave since he was 2. Before I knew the benefits of it, I told my daughter, get him away from there. And then his head, and this is verified by his school and a clinic in Houston, his head became 3 times the size of a normal boy's head. And then we noticed strange things like the cat leaving the room as soon as he entered. Like, for example, my cat will sit on the TV, and I can't get it off the TV, but my grandson just looks at it, and that cat knows what to do. It just gets out of there. So,
what does that mean to you? Do you think he's communicating with the cat?
Psychically, yes. How else would the cat know? I tell my cat all the time in human language what to do, and it doesn't move a muscle. And in comes my grandson, Melonhead, and the cat just scampers.
Well, I don't think you should call your grandson Melonhead. I mean,
he doesn't seem to mind. He could remember a shopping list just hearing it once. He's been able to do that since he was 4. His mother would tell him everything she wanted to buy, and he could rattle it back to her. The kid's like an iPhone. Pretty special.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
Well,
yeah.
But here he is. He's woken up from his nap, and he'd like to say something. Jonathan, get over here. Talk to the man on the internet.
All right. Hello, microwave boy. It's good to. It's been a while since I saw you on TV. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Well, your grandfather said that you might be able to communicate psychically with animals. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I could do that too. But I could do all sorts of wonderful things. Just put half a cup of oatmeal and a cup of milk in my mouth, and I'll spit out cooked oatmeal. I swish it around for 3 minutes, and it comes out cooked, nice and hot. That's breakfast, isn't it, Grandpa?
That sounds pretty good. What else?
And I could take a raw egg, put it on my tongue, and in 2 minutes I'll spit out an omelet.
Okay, but you know, I was hungry. I missed lunch today, but I think I'm going to skip it.
These are simple meals anyone can make. You don't have to know how to cook. I could do it for anybody.
And what about now? I also heard that you can move objects with your mind and do some telekinesis. Is that correct?
Yeah, I can move objects with my mind. But what's even more amazing is if you pour shredded cheese and tomatoes and a can of beans into my mouth, I'll swish it around my mouth for 4 minutes, and I'll spit out the best chili you've ever had.
That sounds great. Look, maybe we gotta go. I have, but you take care and
Okay, bye.
Great, Jared, Grandpa Jared. Thank you so much for letting us talk to your grandson.
Yeah,
and,
I have to stop him now. But he's putting the cat's head in his mouth now. You know, kids who put animals in my. Jonathan, put that cat down.
Happy New Year to you guys.
All right, Ben. Good talking with you. Bye.
All right, well, that's it. That was the microwave boy. He seems to be doing well. He seems to be doing fine. And folks, you can follow us on Facebook get in touch. Leave a message on anchor.fm/bellhoward. That's all one word. And remember, if you know someone in your town, some eccentric or slightly strange individual like a microwave boy, then leave a message on anchor.fm or message me on Facebook and let us know. All right, folks, until then, have a happy new year. And in the new year, 2023, stay safe, stay sane, and stay free. Bye now.